Good morning. This is CNW Week Ended.
Fridays just got more anchored as C. Michael Lanning takes over to be the head anchor on Weekended, and he will be joined by Meredith Logren. Together, they will bring you all the news you need to know from the week. This is Weekended.
And we are back. Hi, C. Michael. You know what? I'm going to put you in the hot seat over here.
All right. Ready? All right. Morning, COMiX fans. Welcome. This is Weekended, where we discuss mainstream and indie comics, because to us, there's really no difference. If you see my face, you know that it's Friday, and we're ready to get into the hot seat to find out what's cooking on the wire today. Of course, I'm joined by my co-anchor, the astonishing Meredith Logren. Meredith, why don't you tell them where you're from, where we can find you, and what you know?
All right, you guys. Well, I am Meredith Logren. I am the associate editor over at Geek Insider, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast. I'm very happy to be a co-chair with C. Michael Lanning for the Comic Newswire Week Ended. You can also see us on Sunday Comics Brunch. And one of the members of Terraform Comics, we've got a Kickstarter happening right now. It is Enter the Continuum. And for just $1, you're going to be able to get a peek into the story. You want Reapers? You want Reapers?
No, you can. Of course, you have your choice. You could get Only Death Can Save Us.
No.
You could get Eclipse. You could get Dawn and the Dead. But I mean, really, why don't you treat yourself and get yourself Reaper? Really, I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
Well, what I'm going to do is
endorsement. This does nothing to do. No bias here.
Just a little bit. All right, so we're back to the weekend in here. So Rob is taken off. He is doing some stuff. We have got control of the board. So if it's a little bit clunky, it's because I don't usually play with the screen shares and stuff. But so here we go. Week ended. Scrolling with C and Meredith. Okay, I think I can speak a little bit about this.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Independent Creator Awards was launched last Sunday. It was hosted by me through Geek Insider, and this was the awards for art. And we had a lot of different categories, from sequential art to architecture. Landscape didn't make it this year. We didn't have enough entries. Pinups. We had all kinds. So if you want to know more about these, there is still live voting. We are going to do words, crowdfunding, and creation. Yep. So this Sunday is going to be hosted by Indie Volts, and they're going to be doing categories in crowdfunding. So basically, like best package and stuff like that, like a stretch goals.
What gave us the best rewards? Yeah, how many buttons did we get? What kind of magnets did we get? Were they good stickers? That's
so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I believe, because I have to go through here and see, but I believe that we may have some winners announcements up here for art. And but here we go. Enter the Continuum. Go ahead.
All right. Well, Enter Continuum gets a new cover thanks to Only Death Can Save Us, Rush Leach. That's right. We previewed that last week. We hope you kind of got a good sneak peek of all the stories that we have involved in the Continuum. It makes you just want to slip right in there, doesn't it, Meredith?
You know what? I want that cover. I want all of them, actually.
Get all the covers. Why stop at one?
Get all the covers. Marvel Studios gets The Punisher and Jessica Jones rights back from Netflix.
Finally.
That seems like pretty big news.
I'll tell you, out of the Netflix shows, I love the Daredevil show, but Jessica Jones, I wasn't wild about the first season at first, but then I went back and I watched it, and you realize how well it was written. If you don't look at it as the superhero Marvel style, it's a fantastic show, and I'm glad to see that. I hope we get to see Kristen Ritter, who plays Jessica Jones, does such a fantastic job of the character. I hope we get to see her back. I know we're getting Charlie Cox back as Daredevil, so hopefully we'll get to see her as well.
Very cool. Very cool. And we're scrolling here.
Of course, that's at comicbook.com.
Yep. And this is previews, March 2021, pre-order catalog. Orders are due March 18th.
Oh.
Call your local comic shops and let them tell them what you want to order from the comic books. And let me see here. Again, I'm not used to running the board.
Well, let's see.
Here. I don't usually have. Yeah.
Right there. What does it say? It says, call your local comic shops and tell them to order you a copy of the comics books you want from the list below. So I guess that's just a list of what you can find over there on previews.
And I'm opening that up.
Oh.
Let's see.
Of course, that's Red Sonja, who has a lot going out. I did not realize Red Sonja has such a huge universe. But you can find that out in previews.
All right. I don't see a preview number here, so
I think that's our cover for the coming March
for the
previews.
Cover?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. And I'm trying to hit the back button here because there we go. I'm sharing this screen. I don't know how Rob does it as far as opening up all those windows without like telling everybody what's all on his computer. That's weird. All right. Okay, so there we are. The library card. Whoops. Oh, what? Is my computer acting up? So we may be having technical difficulties here. Please stand by. There we are. It needed to house. Okay, so comic creator library. Again, this is for Enter the Continuum. For anybody who is not familiar, it is a library of content. We've got 5 creators with 5 stories going into the continuum, 40 pages that are going in there. And when we hit 75 backers, you're going to be part of the library. All you have to do is contact Rob Anderson and let him know that you want to be part of the PDF pack, and he will get you on this list. We're scrolling.
All right, from Action Line Studios, a sneak peek at some of the interior pages from Mythica issue 7. If you don't know what Mythica is about that Scottishman who's fighting all the supernatural stuff, which sounds really neat. Just hit the notify button to get notified of Kickstarter for Mythica issue 7. Congratulations to Mythica on making that issue 7. That's a huge milestone. Not many independent comics make it that far. That's even over a regular comic arc. Usually a comic arc lasts about 5 to 6 issues. Mm-hmm. So they are just moving along. And who couldn't use a little more Scotsman?
Well, and here we go with Team Rollerman, where he says at the very bottom, Team Rollerman, no more. Oh no, what's going on? This is from Matthew Schofield. He says, my latest comic page. Steamroller Man. This week's page is an homage to a classic comic image from Marvel's Silver Age. Read about its creation and how Steamroller Man faces a metatextual threat from beyond his universe. And in parentheses is writer's block. I hate when that happens. In my creator comments here, you can go to steamrollerman.thecomicseries.com to find out more about Steamroller Man and what's going on.
I like it. He gives a little homage to Mr. Romita Sr. in there. Generations Forged #1 makes DC's continuity simpler than it has been in 30 years. Generations Forged #1 again. Today marks the release of Generations Forged #1, a DC mini event that helps recontextualize, I guess, the superhero universe in DC. Of course, you can find out all about that at comicbook.com.
Okay.
Continuity in comic books. That's funny.
Is that an oxymoron?
Oh, yes. No, jumbo shrimp. No.
Catnip. This is a gorgeous. Is this a pinup? Is this a cover? Let's see. The special goth variant cover by Cale New. Goth Day returns in 21, May 22nd. By this time, there's more Catnip, an all-new one-shot issue written by Tom Hutchison and drawn by C.B. Zane. And by the way, didn't he win one of the awards for Catnip? I believe he did.
Was it Catnip or the character design for Critter?
I thought it was the character design for Catnip, but I guess you're going to have to head over to the Independent Creator Awards to find out.
All right. But of course, that's CB Zane, who's also known for doing Into the Suck. So that's fantastic. He's a fantastic artist. He's done some great stuff.
And I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be in the news. We are going by the seat of our pants, you guys. All right.
From sketchpad to comic book, Local Native finds great success in comic book illustration. This is about Emily Drowan. Emily always gravitated toward comic book illustrations even when she was a child. It's always great to see this type of thing, to see somebody achieve their dreams. You want to know more about Emily? Check out cinemasource.com, where it seems that they have an interview and a small thing about her.
I am wondering if that is a local newspaper, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
And that might be something to discuss also, is our comic book creators and independent publishers reaching out to their local media to talk about the stuff that they do. Something to discuss. And we're here. Duplicant is a pulse-pounding sci-fi mystery about a scientist who becomes a victim of his own technology. Who owns your organs? Check out our Kickstarter for issue number 4 of Duplicant, plus catch up on issues 1 through 3. There's a bit.ly link there, and definitely head over to Kickstarter. Is Facebook not being kind when we actually type out Kickstarter? I wonder. And I'm not sure if I froze or if C froze. Oh, it looks like C froze. Okay, it looks like I am running the show until he lets himself in. We're scrolling. And if I disappear, it was nice knowing you. Happening on Kickstarter right now, Demon Hunter Raven Chapter 3. Look at this artwork, you guys. One campaign, 200 pages, 5 stories. Head over to Kickstarter right now. Take a look. Do a search for Demon Hunter Raven Chapter 3. And you will find this work by Nicholas Mueller. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. Love that. Okay, and we're scrolling. I'm all by myself today. What the heck is going? Am I really here? I'm going to pop over to comments just to see. If you guys can see me, let me know, because it seems like my 2 co-chairs normally who are here are gone. And I would sing, but I would probably get a copyright strike. And we're scrolling. Okay, 0 Marvel comics to read this Black History Month. Marvel has plenty of comics that feature Black characters to celebrate their history, as well as ones not full of typical stereotypes and cliches. Wouldn't that be nice? You can find that at cbr.com. What is it that they say here? Yeah, so not full of stereotypes and cliches is really nice, because we want to we love diverse characters. I think that is so important, that people feel like they've got representation in books. For one, Reapers has Asian American. That wasn't something that I mentioned. That was something that C had mentioned. And I'm like, hey, all right, because I'm all about the Asians. I happen to be one. So having said that, at this point, Rob is going to tell me to reel it in. I see him in the background.
Yes, I leave for 10 minutes. The wheels come off. He's having some computer issues. He reached out to me. I couldn't jump.
You know what? I'm fine, because if I'm scrolling through, Rob, if you've got stuff to do, I can wait until he gets back. I'm just going through. I don't know if he'll be back. I'm going through the pages, so it's
I'm here
fine. I can monologue
in the background, but you can power through. Ask me.
I'm gonna power through. If I need help, I will yell.
Yep, I'm in the room, so I know I'm having some internet issues myself for some reason today. It's just it's that kind of Friday.
It's that kind of Friday. Don't let that come over here. Right? You just keep that stuff to yourself. And this was shared on Catherine Anderson's page. Daphne Lage. We were able to sit down with her last week and talk about her work, her history, and so here we go. Daphne Lage. Here's the remastered cover of Tall Tales Thieves Quest Volume 1. The original version is on the left, and the updated inks and colors on the right. I think upper and left, lower. The way this came out here on the Facebook page, but moving forward, I'm still getting used to seeing my work in a simpler coloring style, but it's growing on me, and I got rid of that pink background. What was I thinking? I don't know. I kind of like the pink, but this really makes it a little more earthy and ready, ready for battle and stuff. So, and the conversation that we had was really cool because she felt like she's finally coming into her own, and I know that when I see her artwork without knowing that it's her, I'm like 99% sure that it's hers, and most of the time I'm right. So it's great when an artist can get to a point where people recognize your work on site, and then they look for your name just to make sure. So this is from Ruben Romero, and he is sharing this to the Indie Comics Connector. Like any great story, we must start at the beginning. 2 days left to back. So this was 1 day ago. He's got 1 day left. The Illusion Witch Book 1. It's been a fun ride, and we are close to the end. So hit that link and back it today. Make sure that you head over to, I'm not sure if this is Kickstarter, or let me just click that link and see where it takes me. It is Kickstarter. So when you go to Kickstarter, do a search for The Illusion Witch by Ruben Romero, and you'll be able to see how his campaign's doing. Let me just take a peek over here. He's got 277 backers. He is at 59.29, 20 hours to go. Head over there and give it a little love. Wouldn't it be amazing if he hit 300 backers? Wouldn't that be amazing? $1, the power of dollar makes a difference. And that, I think that's a perfect segue to find the power of a dollar. If I can find it, here we go. We'll be right back after this.
Never underestimate the power of a single dollar. Just one single dollar can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creators and the teams behind the book. Just $1 helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. And if you're going to be creating something on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, get Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, second edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly-Rosing and Christy Shin. It is an amazing book that will help you navigate the ins and outs of crowdfunding.
All right, and we're back. I needed that little break so I could get a sip of coffee. Normally I have a co-host who allows me to do that. Okay, here we go. Legendary shares first look at Godzilla vs. Kong prequel, COMiX. What? You can find more about this on comicbook.com. The Legendary Pictures is bringing the long-awaited kaiju battle to fans who have long been waiting to see Godzilla vs. Kong. Head over there to comicbook.com to find out more about that. Ben Lacey is back with issue 3 as he launches next week on Kickstarter. You can read issue 1 for free at bitingcomics.com. Shark of War is coming back to you. If you love sharks, head over there to Kickstarter and hit the notify me on launch button. That's helpful because you get a notification in your mail. Here we go. South Pasadena Public Library announces new comic book discussion club for adults. The nerds are back. We never went away. Just letting you know. From southpasadenan.com. That is really cool that the public library has, first of all, clubs for adults and discussions on comic books. That's a win-win for me. And somebody else popped into the room. Who could that be? C. Michael Lanning is trying to claw his way back to the screen. And once he does, he will just let us know what it was like to be lost in the multiverse, I guess. Somebody got him. Somebody did. And here we go. Mojo Risen Origins. Pops fan is sharing this in comic-related madness. Look at that cover. Is that ridiculously good? Love it. Love Mojo Risen. From Jim O'Reilly, Mojo Risen covers, pencils. Whoops, I opened up the wrong thing. I don't like when that happens. That happened. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find that information here. It opened up in a brand new window. Nope. Okay, no more information there. So head over to, where is this? I guess Comic Related Madness to find out more, because I have no other links except to these guys, the inker and the colorist, Mojo Risen. Comic Related Madness, or follow Pops Fan Sam. Okay, we're scrolling. This is from Vera Sam. Good morning, indie comics lovers. If you are a fantasy buff, give Forbidden a try. Created in 2000 and making its comeback on Indiegogo, make your pledge today. Let's see what happens if I hit the see more button. Oh, okay, it didn't open into a new tab. I'm always afraid of that, especially if I'm sharing my screen. So this is over at Indiegogo, igg.me/@ spell that out, @/Forbidden0, and you will find this. Thank you, Vera Sam, for sharing this out. Let me see if I can read this. I'm just going to open up a new tab. I'm not going to share that necessarily. Let's see if I can find more information about this. They've got 30 days left, you guys. It's a $500 flexible goal. 2 backers right now. Let's give them some love. Forbidden Preview Edition. This was presented by Samuel Vera, and 20 years in the making. You know, he was just with Catch the Crazies, and he's got a podcast as well. Definitely check him out. I'm trying to find a premise here. Okay, so for centuries they've hidden, lost forever to the world, buried beneath the confines of a curse cast upon the sins of their fathers. Now one will challenge that very curse which has enslaved a people, standing in opposition of a mighty ruler, a reverend king, defying all that has been built to protect them. One man, one vision, one chance to escape the evil or risk destroying everything. Walk with me as I take you on a journey into the forbidden. See, now that needs to be on your social media, Sam. That needs to be on your social media so that people like us can read it and really help you promote it. And here we go. ComCon happening this weekend. Pops Van Zandt is killing it with his ComCon. He has been staying pretty consistent with this, taking a weekend or a day and letting people shine with their projects, independent creators. You can head over to Facebook events and look up ComCon 11, February 27th through 28th. And he has the whole schedule. He usually has the whole schedule up there. And we're moving forward here. Let me pop in and see if any of my co-hosts came back. Nope. See, Michael is still having issues. That seems to be catching. So I'm going to move forward and we're going to get through this news. Suicide Squad #1 preview released by DC Comics. Ahead of release of the brand new Suicide Squad #1 next week, DC Comics has released a full ... You can find that on comicbook.com. Let me see what they have to say here. All right. Ahead of the release of the brand new Suicide Squad #1 next week, DC Comics has released a full 7-page preview of the upcoming new series. Make sure that you head over to comicbook.com to find out more about that. Let me see, getting back to my proper tab. Okay. Speaking of Into the Suck, art by CB Zane, colors by Gat Melvin, and we have the link here to Kickstarter Into the Suck. Let's see what we've got. With only 3 days remaining in the Into the Suck #6 campaign. Did you get your CB Zane Firing Squad cover yet? Or any of the other amazing covers on this campaign? You've got a bunch of featured artists here, lots of talent. Make sure that you head over there. And also, there is a limited edition metal print by Keith Garvey. Not to mention that there have been 10 stretch goals unlocked. 10 stretch goals. And we are quickly heading toward 11 to complete the cosplay card set. Head over there now and give it a little love. And tell them that Comic Newswire sent you. All right. From Joe D. McPhee, he's sharing this on the COMiX Newswire. He says, let's make this official. Joe D. McPhee is appearing at CrumCon 11 on February 27th. That's tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Central. That means 6:30 p.m. Eastern for the rest of the world. Yeah, there's only Eastern Standard Time, okay? I'm just letting you know. That's all that exists for me. And he is going to present from Exigency. I will get that right one of these days, Joe, I promise. From Exigency Studios, let's make it official, appearing at CrumCon 11 tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Comic Book School, I don't know if Rob is tuning in right now, but he is more than welcome to pop in and talk about Comic Book School. Let me see. Okay, he's probably busy with Jackson. That's okay. We are live and getting it started with the 2021 8-page challenge. Get active and this year answer the 2021 8-page challenge. The details are below. You will create a new post of your ideas, but first be sure to check out these steps. And there are, I believe, is it 8 steps, 12 steps? I think it's 12. I've got to pay a little bit more attention to that. Let me just open up one of these things. Step number 0, orientation. So before you even get started, you want to know what's going on with Comic Book School. And they have a process that goes in order to go step by step through the process. After all, it is Comic Book School, comicbookschool.com. Then there's a creative prompt. I know what it is, and I need to write up a story as soon as I get these other things off my desk. And I know that there are deadlines to these, so you'll want to head over there pretty soon and check it out. Comic Book School, step number 1, story ideas. And I know that they have challenges for comics, art, and they have flash fiction as well. So you want to head over there and see what that's all about. Create story idea, 8-page challenge number 2 from Comic Book School. This image will take you to step 1. And in case you didn't know, their PDF from the first challenge is up. I believe it was about 140 pages from a whole lot of comic creators who are stepping into the realm. They picked up the challenge gauntlet and ran with it. It's really good stuff. Download your free PDF today. Here we go. Pop Cultured. This is from dailycampus.com. Pop Cultured Comics Books, a revealing story about society, culture, and history. Kind of curious what they're talking about there. Going to open up a new link while you take a look at my screen here. Through strips of illustration, text, and story, comic books have served as a way to pass time for generations. Before comic books were fully developed in the 20th century, political cartoons were often printed in newspapers. To find out more about what's going on in this article, it sounds really interesting. This is by Amy Chen over at the Daily Campus. Pop Cultured. Take a look and find out more. Somebody else popped into the room. There's C.
You know what gets me is every time you've got something new coming, all your old equipment decides it's just going to up and die. It's crazy.
Oh no. It's like they know. It's like the gremlins are like, screw you, C.
Of course, that's exactly what it is. As you see, I've changed it to my Punisher hat because when I'm done here, I'm going to punish this computer. That is what's going to happen.
No. Don't do it, C. Don't do it.
It's aggravating.
They only want love. They only want love.
It finally comes on, right? Okay. And then the sound and the audio decides to not connect. Or everything.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Let's talk about comics so I can get my head away from this stupid stuff. I hate technology, but yeah, I love it.
I just realized that I can actually monologue as long as I have something to scroll through and talk about. So I'm like, it's really quiet. I'm not hearing any background noise. Rob was gone. You were gone. I was just like, all right, let's do
He was around.
news.
He was around watching you. You must be. So you know how to swim. That's why. No problem. It's like, oh, I left Meredith alone. Thank God it's Meredith. You imagine?
Thank God this was put together, because if I had to look for the news myself, I would have been like, yeah, and that's the news. Bye.
Batman beat up the Joker. Superman's still allergic to kryptonite. You're fine.
I'm just gonna go out bag dig for worms or whatever. Who knows? Well, it's glad. I am glad to have you back. Let me see. Let me do this one, and then I'll send the mic over to you. How's that way you get your bearings.
As soon as you're done, it's going to kill me again. I know it. Go ahead.
Breathe. Have a sip of something. This is from COMiX, now revealing the official standard cover for Ether issue 2. We are so proud of this issue and everyone who's helped us put this book together. We cannot wait to release this book for all of you. Coming to Kickstarter March 8th. Is there a link? Let me see.
No, I don't see one.
Link. All right, JD Gonzalez is going to tell you a little something here. When you are sharing a Kickstarter, and especially if you've got something that's getting ready to launch, make sure that you put your link in everything. Dumb it down for the rest of us, folks,
yes.
Okay? You hit that. So when you share that link, we can share it out to our friends. Make sure that it's public, especially if it's a crowdfund. And that is your lesson for the day. Head over to Ether and look for that Kickstarter. It is launching March 8th. Okay, scrolling. Oh, well, you want to talk about this one, C?
Oh, go ahead. You take this one. I want the next one.
All right, Graphic Novels Plus, Magnet and Stickers, final 10 available. What? I know that Russ Leach has got Only Death Can Save Us on Indiegogo. This is your chance to get the novel, magnet, and sticker. I got mine. I love it. And you're also going to see the first 8 pages of Only Death Can Save Us in the continuum with a beautiful virgin cover that features his team. So that is Team Death, War, Pestilence, Famine, and Death himself. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, and you wanted to talk about this. That's
all right.
Interesting.
Legendary punk band Blondie comes to comics with Harley Quinn writers Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner will lead the charge to bring legendary band Blondie to comic books.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I can only, considering how crazy, I cannot remember her name to save my life right now, but she's helped she's even helped hip hop genre come out in the 80s.
Deborah Henry.
Yes. So she has had her hands in a lot of things. So this should be exciting to see. It seems like they belong. Doesn't it seem like they should have had one by now? I mean, really. I'm
kind of surprised. And the fact that it didn't, and now we're doing it, just means that the old people are in charge. Just saying. She was 70s. I mean, I grew up listening to her. I love Blondie. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
And there's always been that tie-in with bands and comics. So I'm really surprised. I mean, this is the first.
I'm wondering. First. Surely not, right? They had to make
a really cool scavenger hunt.
They had to make an appearance in at least Josie and the Pussycats or something, right?
I mean, right. You'd think so. She was pretty big. So you can find that at gamesradar.com. Joe D. McPhee, we did share this. He's going to be appearing at CrownCon.
All right.
Let's see. Black Cotton. Pre-order using diamond code MAR 211535. That's right. The March catalog is out, and you can find Black Cotton there. Head over to your comic book store and let them know you want Black Cotton. Pre-order it for number 2 from Scout Comics. Diamond code MAR for March 211535.
All right. Marcos Gratio is launching a new Animus story today at gatewaycomicspresents.com. And check it out. This is episode 130. Yeah, sure. Let's enlarge that and see what we got.
Well, I
Can we?
will probably read that because I think Rob shares all of his tabs. I never do that. So here we go. I'll just read a little bit from that page, and then you can head over there. In the beginning, there was only darkness. Then God made the light. At this very moment, penumbra appeared, that which exists between light and darkness. Okay, so that got my attention. That's what I want to see on these things. So head over to Gateway Comics gatewaycomicspresents.com.
All
Very
right.
cool. Love those pitches, especially when we get a chance to read them.
All right. Amazon's Invincible trailer teases Robert Kirkman's comic book adaptation. A lot of people have been waiting for Invincible. Invincible was a big book. It finished up a couple of years ago, which a lot of people know Robert Kirkman as the Walking Dead creator. But before The Walking Dead, there was Invincible. Yes, that's right. He got his hands into the superhero genre before he got his hands into the blood and guts genre. The animated series debuts Friday, March 26th on Amazon Prime Video. It's going to be bloody, folks. I promise you. Check that out over at Decider.com, and they'll tell you more about Invincible.
Decider, that's new on the news.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
good to see new websites. We don't now. It makes our gambling a little bit wider berth. Like CBR is a comic book. Now we have to put Decider, Flickering Myth.
Here we go from Zing Zin. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I'm massacring your name. I never know with the X. It could be sh or it could be z. So Symphonic Verses, Symphony of the Phantom Night, worldwide TV series coming from GGG. What is that? I don't know.
We went and we checked this out, and I cannot remember what that stands for.
Okay,
but this is the folks that had several volumes. They had some beautiful art on this.
All right.
So.
Action figure line, critically acclaimed graphic novel series. More to come. Follow Zheng Zin, I'm going to say, and also Mog Park. Mog Park loves to promote this stuff as well. So I'm getting a shade here that looks like an action figure right there on the top left.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Anybody who loves action figures is going to head over there. And the art looks really, really dark. It looks pretty damn good. That's right up my alley. Oh, look at this. Warren Chaos.
Who are these people?
Who are these people? What? Makeup? Me? Are you kidding? That's my evil clone.
Uh-oh.
Don't trust that at all.
Which one? It looks like you got two of them.
Both of us cleaned up. This was the awards night. This was last Sunday when we co-hosted for Independent Creator Awards. Nita Lanning and I were there, and we do have a Ragin vlog every day where we talk about nothing and a little bit of everything, but mostly nothing. And we have these fun stickers here. I know I'm on the small screen, but we have these little guys that we have a daily drawing. One of our live stream watchers and participants, they get their name picked out of a hat and they get a sticker. So
cool.
Yeah, we're doing that through February.
This is from our friend Alex Daw from Energy Wants to Know. Do you have a crowdfunding campaign and or project currently funding on Indiegogo? NRG is looking for creators like yourself to cross over with. Check it out. Of course, Alex Daw is known for Zener, Master of the Mind. They're looking for creators like yourselves to cross-promote with. They will share your campaign on all social media sites. If you share our campaign, message us with what you got, and we'll talk more. And don't forget, Zener, Master of the Mind, is currently crowdfunding on Indiegogo.
Yeah. Let me hit that and just see where they are really quickly. All right. They've got 11 days left, $5,000 fixed goal, 24 backers right now. Get over there and give them some love. Zener, Master of the Mind, Volume 1 on Indiegogo. And let me see here. Whoops, wrong tab. Scrolling. You want this one too?
Sure.
Coffee.
DC returns to Batman 89 and Superman 78. And two beloved classic superhero films are making their way to comics, as DC has just announced this. You can check it out at comicbook.com, which is always fun because Batman 89 has they'll continue from the Tim Burton films, and we'll finally get to see Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. I think we have already, but he played Harvey Dent in the Batman movie, and we never got to see him as Two-Face. They ended up casting Tommy Lee Jones, which, okay, that's all I can say about that. I still would have liked to see Billy D. Williams as Two-Face.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll get a chance, so.
All right. So, and that was, where was that?
That was at comicbook.com. Flip a coin and figure that out.
Mm-hmm. All right. And we are scrolling here. This is from Dwayne Showtime Robinson. We've got Animation Comics and Entertainment LLC that presents the Vash family ready for the war that's about to come their way. This is a family comic, Werewolf Family, Werewolves, comic illustration. If you love werewolves, you want to head over there and find out more about the Vash family. What?
All right.
You know what? Somebody was saying that zombies are going to be out and werewolves and vampires will probably be the hot thing.
Have vampires really gone away, though?
I don't think vampires have really gone away.
I think they go. I don't even think they do go away. We keep talking about it. Sometimes we just see a movie that's more popular than others, but there's always something. You can find something with vampires. I promise you right now, there's a show on with vampires.
You know what? A Discovery of Witches happens to be one of my favorite ones. Oh my gosh. But you know, I think that's mainstream news.
I think vampires is pretty much kind of a staple now, so I don't really think we're going to see maybe werewolves. That's a possibility. Maybe aliens. Who knows? We'll see.
Mummies kind of get the short end of the stick. They don't really.
Yeah,
we don't get a lot of mummy stuff.
Yeah, well now with the COVID toilet paper pandemic, there might actually be some horror to it.
Shh.
It's a reverse, though. Instead of everybody running from the mummy, everybody's running towards the mummy. So.
That might have been a couple months ago. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All
right. Yeah, go ahead. Oh no, we did this one already.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yep. This we did Duplicant as well. This is new.
Okay, coming soon to Kickstarter, Twilight Detective Agency #2 from 2 Gargoyles comics. Hey, maybe it's going to be gargoyles. We never think about gargoyles. With art by Miguel Cabello, inks by Mike Reiger, story and letters by Michael McAdam. Premieres on March 1st. Watch for details.
Okay, 2 Gargoyles comics.
Why don't you go over there and like 2 Gargoyles comics on Facebook? That way you can be updated for when it comes out, just in case you forget. Sometimes, hey, Monday's far away. So
there you go. Yep, Michael McAdam. Thank you for sharing that out. Let's see. We talked about the awards here, and again, I'm just going to reiterate: Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central. Indie Volt is hosting this Sundays. There we go.
All right.
You want this one, or do you want me to take that?
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the art of Chris Mad. Happy New Comic Book Day, Dead End Kids, The Suburban Job. Issue #2 is on sale today from Frank Gogol at Source Point Press. Check out your local comic shop, or if you can't find it, hit me up. Hit Art of Chris Mad.
All right.
And that is the Dead End Kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I want to enlarge that for you so that you can read it.
All right.
What do we have here?
It looks like we have some art. All right. That's
don't
great.
know what that art is.
I have no idea what this is. Somebody's unearthing a knight. Is it a vampire? I'm just asking. I can't even read that. There's no way I can even read the lettering. So.
Okay, you know what? I was able to open it up. All right, so while you enjoy the art, let me read this, what this is. This is from Brian Brinley. What a long week it has been. Bitter cold, snow, no power, no internet, but I survived and things are thawing out. So with that, I finally got the chance to post some new images to my webcomic, Shadow and Steel. All right, now we know what it is. When we last saw Sereth, she had discovered a crypt in the ruins beneath the Tiberian Mountains. Thinking there might be treasure inside, she decided to open the crypt. Read to find out what happens next. You can find that on Shadow and Steel on Rogue Animal. Let me see what that link is. My internet's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. It's still thinking about it. All right. You know what? You had like the 5-second thing for the window to open. Unfortunately, it didn't. But that is beautiful art. Shadow and Steel. Very good.
Oh, we've seen this one already. This is our Steamroller Man.
Yes, Steamroller Man. And
of course, our new cover.
The new cover, which is absolutely gorgeous. Look, Reapers.
Oh, look at
that. That's got a virgin cover on Enter the Continuum right now. All right, not biased, right?
All right. All right, this is from Richard Davis. Hey, folks, I'll be making a major Cult of Dracula announcement tonight. Was that tonight? Oh, no, that was last night. He made a major Cult of Dracula announcement last night. If you get the chance, tune in to get to the point through SourcePoint Press Facebook Live or Twitch streams. Of course, you could probably find it on YouTube. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Hope they did see you there. Of course, that's Rich Davis and Puis Calzada. Go over there and find out what that announcement was. You could also probably check out Cult of Dracula. It looks like it's a Facebook link too. So you go like their page. Maybe you'll be able to catch it next time.
All right. We're scrolling. Well, we got naughty over here. Thank you, Matt Campbell, for really ramping it up on the weekended here. Action Line Studios presents a steamy scene from the pages of Mythica issue 7, which is live on Kickstarter.
More Scottish goodness. That's what that is.
Art by Matt Campbell. Do that again. That was hot. And so is this page. Okay, yeah. See what I did there?
All right.
Another page by Matt Campbell that he's sharing.
That's very nice.
What is this? More from Mythica.
Go for Mythica. Go for Mythica issue 7 was hit in 11 hours. Thank you all who have backed. We love to hear that here on COMiX Newswire. We are only 5 backers away from everyone getting this powerful, energetic print, and the rewards package from Caleb Adel. Remember, this campaign is about getting Mythica in front of new eyes, so share with a friend or on your page. All right, Matt, that's great to hear. That's what you want. Even though you're on issue 7, which is a fantastic place to be, you want new eyes. Make sure everybody knows what Mythica is.
And there is something powerful about this page. I love art like this, where you've got the black and white, and then that splash of red that just brings it out. Yep. It's just stunning. I want that on my wall.
It's blood.
I want that on my wall. Blood. The blood. And this was, if you missed it last night, you can watch the replay on Comic Book Advocate Network, on the YouTube channel, on Geek Insider as well. This was a deep dive into Hybrids, The Killing Fields, where you got to sit down with Luke Stone. And he really kind of went through the campaign. It's on Indiegogo right now. Very cool stuff. He's got a gorgeous cover over there. That black and gloss cover. Stunning stuff. The Killing Field Part 1. I do know from tuning in that you do not need to have the Sons of Gods in your library in order to enjoy this book. So make sure that you head over there. Yeah, Indiegogo. Cool. Look for Hybrids, The Killing Field Part 1.
And he's got some really neat merch over there too that you can add on to that. I'm getting a mug. You have a hat. I think he's even got a throw, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of neat.
And you know what? We are at the end of the news as it was shared with me to share with you guys. If you have anything that you want to present for Weekended or even Sunday Comics Brunch, make sure that you send an email to COMiX Newswire. That's with an X, COMiX Newswire@yahoo.com. Send in your information. We would love to share it on the screen. Make sure that you have your pitch. Make sure that you have the link to what it is that you want to share. Images are helpful as well, and we will share it out on our network. COMiX Newswire, Comic Book Advocates Network is the comic book arm of Geek Insider as well. So, we're branching out, and we love to advocate for people. And as always, be kind and share. If you cannot...
Oh, go ahead.
Yep. I was going to say, if you cannot afford to support all of these campaigns by throwing $1 or buying the book that you want, and you have to, trust me, I know, I'm on a budget. Share it out, because then reaching your audience, and that might be people who that the creator is not connected with. So it helps. It helps a lot to be kind, share out the content, share out the things that really speak to you. And on that, see, do you have the board? I'm going to I'm going to close this down, and we'll go through comments.
Let's go look at some comments. These guys have been going wild out there. How are you guys doing today? And of course, I see a lot of people are excited about Into the Suck, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Christian over there is saying, Into the Suck. Yes. I'm knowing Christian, I don't know what that means, but. And of course, Mike was.
You never know with Christian.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Of course, Mike was kind enough to show that. And he finished the debate for us. Of course, Mike knows, because Mike is in the know, that it was, yes, you were right. Catnip won. So, and I guess you would know. You should know that, right? And Mike also says he likes witch books. Could it be witches? I don't know. You know, with WandaVision, considering she's the Scarlet Witch, we might be able to see a huge blow up of witches. Of course, you just said the Discovery of Witches is a show out there.
Discovery of Witches, love that show. Oh my God, get caught up with season 1 because season 2 is happening right now. Let's see. Even
Marv V is talking. He said, "I've sent it the witch to Rob. Hope he likes it." I remember that one. I remember a goat. That's what I remember about the witch. So let's see. Of course, Pops Van Zant sits here and says, only Rust can save us. And everybody knows this Rust Leach of only death can save us. Let's hope so. What else we got here? Everyone's saying good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to mute myself if my dog keeps barking. But good morning, good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the week ended. Chris and I are going solo, and then he had internet issues.
Computer.
Equipment issues. So he's probably going to go like Hulk when we get off. It's okay, Bruce.
No, because I still have to nurse this thing until I finally get the new computer to come in, which was supposed to be here yesterday, but you know how that is. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad to see that you were seen during that.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes.
Of course, John Celestri also puts in there that he sees you. So that's good to know. Our friend John Celestri, who's also known for doing his Boba Fett animation in the Star Wars Holiday Special and his comics. You want to check John out, too, when you get a chance. Mm-hmm. Ben Lacey, creator of Shark of War, kind of put this out there. sharkofwar.bitingcomics.com for notifications. So if you want to know more about Shark of War, you check out sharkofwar.bitingcomics.com for the notifications.
Mm-hmm. Book 3 coming out soon.
Golly,
make sure that you send those links to us, Ben. Make sure that you do that.
Christopher Payne says good morning.
Good morning.
And he also says werewolves are my thing. So who knows? Hey, maybe we're going to see. Maybe we just need a new show with werewolves and witches fighting each other. You know, we always get that. We always get the vampire versus the werewolf. Mm-hmm. And the role-playing game Vampire the Masquerade, that was a big thing too. You didn't like the werewolves, and vice versa for Werewolves of the Apocalypse. So you always had, for some reason, we have this idea that vampires and werewolves just don't like each other. You know, we had the movie, what was it? Oh my, Underworld. Mm-hmm. But what about the other ones? What about the witches? Who do they dislike? Surely there's got to be. I mean, witches have had a lot of stuff.
Witches hate everybody.
Witches leave you in stitches. That's what witches do.
I like mine better. I need that on a t-shirt, I think. Good morning, Glenn B. Fleming, or afternoon there over across the pond. Thank you for tuning in. Let me see. And if you have anything that you need to promote, you guys, again, make sure that you send it to COMiX newswire at yahoo.com. I did get that email right, didn't I? Let me see. I'm going through our and the announcer voice guy is in the background here. We are getting ready to finish this up because we're hitting the 1 hour mark.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I wanted
to. This reminds me, now that we're flying solo, reminds me of that line in Jurassic Park where Dr. Hammond says to Dr. Ian, he says, even Disney had the problems when they first opened up, on the first day they opened up. And Ian Malcolm turns out, yeah, but the Pirates of the Caribbean didn't eat the visitors. So, hey, at least nobody got hurt during our technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. And I did want to play one of the videos. I don't see the new one updated for Enter the Continuum. Oh, no, there is. We're going to take a moment to play this, and then we're going to be out of here. You guys have a great day. We'll see you on Sunday for Sunday COMiX Brunch at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Are you ready to enter the continuum? Well, if you are, here's what's ahead for you. Reapers by C. Michael Lanning and Meredith Logren. When spirits can be harvested and sold for energy, the ragtops must navigate psychic vampires, alien reverends, and other money-hungry groups to reap that sweet, sweet spiritual gold. The beginning of Wolf and Fox, it all starts here. From Luke Stone, Rob Anderson, a newly divorced heroic duo must come to grips with the end of their relationship while trying to find a way to work together to protect the city they both love. From Mike Seeley and Bobby Gregory, The Eclipse. After a tragic event on one of the Hawaiian islands, Eclipse heroism is called into question and becomes a person of interest of a fixer employed by the U.S. government. The story of Eclipse is a catalyst to introduce a universe unknown till now to evoke your fandom. Dawn and the Dead by Austin and Company. Dawn has special psychic abilities and her nightmares are wreaking havoc on the world. Now she has been kidnapped by a nefarious group who wants to tap into her nightmares. They will soon find out that her deepest, darkest fears are raising the dead. And finally, Only Death Can Save Us. That's right, from Russ Leach and Company. Only Death Can Save Us is a Bronze Age-inspired cosmic fantasy romp, and you'll get the first 8 pages of this epic within the continuum. If Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, and Hitchcock Presents were working together and was a comic book series, it would be the continuum.
So much goodness there. And you know what? I wanted to kind of segue a little bit into Backer Paws because we did take our videos and we sat down and we tore it up so that we can make improvements. And then I opened up my big mouth and said, I can do better, Rob. So I'm going to try and put a video together for that as well. But speaking of Backer Paws, I'm going to play this as well.
Welcome to Backer Paws. What is Backer Paws? Well, it's when we get judges who are creators to sit down and watch crowdfunding videos that we are proudly advocating for on comicbookadvocates.com. And they hit pause when they lose interest in the videos that we are watching and experience Backer Paws.
Yeah, Backer Paws. And I believe we are at a same day, different time slot. We're going prime time with that, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Rob, if you're there, correct me if I'm wrong, but Backer Paws has been really instrumental in helping people level up their video game so that it catches our attention as consumers, as people who love comic books. Make sure that that you tune in, and if you have a crowdfund and you've got a video, maybe your videos aren't getting played that much, there might be a reason why, and that panel of judges will help you see your way through and navigate to a better presentation. On that note, you guys, I think that's about it. See? Is there anything else? Did we miss anything?
No, I think that's about it. Of course, you want to go check out the Kickstarter for Into the Continuum and get Reapers. And of course, you can always get it. You can always pay $1 and get a story. You just pluck that right out of the Continuum for you to take a look at what you would want to read, which is going to be Reapers because you want to read that, and anything else. So you can always look for me over on Facebook, Twitter, and that other place, Instagram. And on Silverline Wednesday White Wham. And of course, we'll be back on Sundays for Sunday COMiX Brunch. And yeah, that's it, huh?
All right. And you can follow all of my links, including the crowdfund and where it is that I post. That is over at linktree.com/MEREJ99. And we've got a special guest here. What? Who?
Comics are awesome.
Thank you, Keanu Reeves. We love you so much. All right, you guys have a great day. We're out of here.
Bye.